All right, so today I have decided I'm going to make zombies die. Killable, or at least try, or die trying. Okay, so let's flatten this all. I want to see a grid of 16 by 16. So one thing I think I noticed while watching a clip was that this zombie didn't look the hand over here made it look like it was like head was like turned all the way around. It was kind of like, huh? And then I'm going to go slightly darker. I think what I'll have to do, and it might be neat, after I get everything on here, or as a lot on here, try and reduce it to like a 64 color palette, just to make sure like everything's coherent. More than 16 colors, maybe 32, but 64 I think would be good. Let me share my stream real quick. Is that it? Yes. Let's kill some zombies, shall we? And then paste. Oh, geez. Come hang out. Let's not make it capital letters. Come hang out while I work on zombie fodder. There we go. I'm going to keep that up, I think. Yes. Okay. So that's better looking. Could maybe do some anti-aliasing here, but like on the inside, like darken those colors, like I darkened this one to. And maybe I should go. Nah, that's good. Okay. Let's start with the standing sprite. And he's in here somewhere. So when he dies, does he just turn? Or do I flip him like, or does his head go away? like bloop, dead and splush. I could add a particle system there to shoot out blood. Have him drop to his knees and then fall flat. Where's that too gruesome? I just realized that's not black. Interesting. Okay. Go away. Let's get a red. I probably already have an accompanying, and maybe like let's find a white. I'll do this from here. Do I have a dark red anywhere yet? Surely I do in a tie. Oh, right here, the cummerbund thing. Like that. No. Oh. I do want that there. But let's get the dark red. From, where'd he go? Okay, well this tie guy doesn't have the red. Where did he go? Oh, right there. Okay. It's not that much darker, but that's not the same color. Okay, fine. Let's go get the tie then. This guy's got it. Okay. So that, and then the one thing that I did like about cannon fodder was that when an enemy was dead, you could continue shooting the body, and it had like almost ragdoll, except it was pixels, and it would just flop around. I don't know if I'm going to have that. But like that. And I think I'm going to move these arms. Oops. Okay, and then trying to use the blocks in the background to measure. I guess I could use the actual tool, because over here it will tell me when I select something. Oh, up here. That width was 5, and then this width is 5. And then just plop him down on the ground. So take this. How do I subtract? Alt. I'm going to not take those. And this is the other transform tool. And can I just right click while I have it and rotate clockwise 90 degrees? You know what? Let's take this one. Where'd you go? Oh, I see. All right, so real quickly measure this. That is 5. Doesn't matter because he's going to be rotated. Oh, what's the shortcut key to do that one? Control T. I think I need to push the body over this way though. That's almost 3, and that is 3. Just measure the feet to the side, 5 pixels. 5 pixels. And then, but this arm is going to go, the arm is going to go in. Let's just do this. I will put the arm where I want it to be, just like that, and then cover that up. Oops. Should another arm exist out here? Like, can't get that close. The problem, though, is I would have to move the head can come off. So the replaced demo released today, according to Setzer, it's getting picked apart by the dev Discord. In the dev Discord is at the, is that the one where you loot and steal stuff? No, okay. I don't remember what replaced is. 2.5D puzzle platformer action combat. Oh. Oh. That looks awesome. Okay. So it dies, and then I'm going to need a head. Was that 5? Okay. This is going to be a bigger than 5, isn't it? Oh, it's 5. This ain't 5 and 5 though, right? 4 and 5. Okay. Anywho. The eyes can't be blue because he's dead. And so that will be an object that just kind of hangs out in the world for the rest of the game. Has no weight, but and maybe I'll give it a rigid body so it can be just pushed around. So beyond having a list of sprites for the death, do I create like a Unity animation for it? No. Although, what if it's a prefab, like a dying zombie prefab? Let's try something like that. Sprites. Okay, and then somewhere down here is a zombie. Okay. So take that. Oh, let's get into the scene. Well, so we'll go like that. And then I'm going to create an animation. Is that how I do this? Component, animation, animator, right? Animation. I need that window. Is it the animation window? Yes, I think. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's get rid of this. And then I select that, I click create, and then I need an animation. So I'm going to go to assets. I'm going to create a new folder. Animations. And then, so this is zombie 1. And so it's going to be like zombie 1 underscore dying. As long as I can see that there, that's good. I'm probably slouching. Okay, and then I hold the record button, right? So that is there. And then I just kind of want him to go like plop to his knees. Is there no key? Oh, I have to add the sprite property. Was it the plus? Okay, and now I have that is it just there? Cool. Then here I add a keyframe. And I'm still on record. I don't know if I have to move this there or just have it selected so it's that like that. Oh gosh. If I go, yeah. So if I'm on record and I go like this, does that, oh no. There we go. Okay. I don't want to click that. I'm going to click this. Okay. So did that change it from that to this? Yes. Cool. So it's like that, blah. And then quicker, right? Project this. And then I can't repeat though, like it's got to stop. So do I need another animation of it being dead so that it can stay and loop on that? Guys, I don't think I'm going to do an animation. I think remove component. I'm going to script it. That way I don't have to worry about any animations playing and whatnot. But I do need a sprite renderer, not sprite renderer, a particle system. So let's add one to him. Let's delete this guy. In my zombie script, we'll add a list for the 3 frames. Here, okay. Public list of sprites. Dying sprites. And then just a sprite. Dead sprite. Or do I just leave it at the last frame there? Okay, I still need a sprite for the head. Or is that going to be an object? Game object. Public. Game object. Head object. So I'll need to make one. And where's this guy at? Is he by himself? Okay. let's go to, I'm going to remove this tab. Then I got to go back to the sprites. Got to go all the way back down here somewhere. Okay. I'm going to take this guy, move him out, select the zombie, and in the list of dying sprites, in order, 1, 2, 3. I can probably do better on that. Maybe his arm should be up. The back, this arm. Instead, to give it that look like it's more on its back. Okay, let's add a circle collider character, and we're going to give it a rigid body 2D and constraints. No constraints on rotation or position, but no gravity. Oh, and I need to shrink that down, huh? Is that 2.2? 2.0? 1.9? And then we got to move it over right there. Then in the assets, prefabs, take this. I'm going to call this zombie one head underscore head. I'm going to rename this zombie one. I'm going to click that. I think that means now that I can't select it. Okay. That I'm going to leave that there just for funds. Move it over here. Okay, and then let's calculate damage. Oh wait, I was going to add a particle system. So it's going to have to be a new game object. And it doesn't like that because of this being a prefab here. So let's unpack it. Did I have to? I did. Let's go here. This doesn't have dying sprites, so let's give it dying sprites. from the prefab side. That was pretty quick. Here, here, and here. Okay. Does that mean now that these zombies have the dying sprites? They don't. And then but this one does, but it's just because it's a crappie. I don't really have all these zombies, do I? How many are out here? Oh. Okay, well, they're gone. 8. Okay. Something like that, maybe. But back to the prefab. Here, I want to add a empty game object, and this is going to be called blood. Every time it gets hit, should it also bleed? I need to do this on pivot. And the neck hole is right there. So I'm going to add a, is that an effect particle system? Okay, let's go to, is the shape cone? Yeah. Mesh, skinned, sprite, circle, edge, rectangle. I think it's this. Is it a hemisphere? I change the arc to that. And then how do I rotate this? Or do I just rotate the game object? Rotation. Am I rotating on the Z axis? Yeah. Okay, and then emission. I'm going to create one of these deals. Does that not stop it? Oh. Rate over time. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 10 was probably good. Yeah. And then what I'll do is let's shrink the start size. This is more like 0.1. The size, oh, so the speed is random. Like, well, the first couple, like that one there. Why is that going so slow? I know why. It's because they're going like that too. Oops. How do I close that in the shape? Is that radius? No. Thickness? No. Mode spread? No. Guess it doesn't matter. Okay, let's go back to 2D view. And can I do a circle? Oh, better. Yeah, okay. That's what I wanted. And then, stop. I want to go back. Where I emit from, where's that? Is the radius. Okay, and then can I make this like 20? And then color over time. Let's make the color red. And color over time is what I'm looking for. It's down here, isn't it? Color over lifetime. And this is the gradient or the alpha. Yeah. Duration. Start lifetime is just like 1 second. They're not fading. They are fading. Okay, they're just going really fast. So let's make it a little slower. I guess that. Or do I go 2, but then I change the lifetime. I cut that in half. Yeah. So I want to have gravity. And I'm going to edit the color over lifetime. I'm going to go like that. And then I'm going to give it a little bit more life. I wish I could view it without the orange show bounds. Meh, okay. So now I've got to link the particle system to can I just take and put this here without this? And then this is going to be called blood. And then I can take, this has a transform, so I can then do what I want to do with it. The blood does need to be in world space, though. Only because when I move that down to match the neck position, I don't want the blood to, like, that's in the air to move to. Not scaling mode, but simulate space world. And basically what that does is it allows it to, yeah. Okay. And then I don't want it to auto start. nor pre-warm. Play unawake. Okay. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is the script needs this game object, and it needs a link to that game object. Oh, so it has that. So public. Do I want to call it particle system? Call it by the particle system. Blood particle system. Okay. And then go back up to the zombie script, the head game object, and the blood particle system, like that. So here in the take damage, start hurting is that. I don't have health yet, do I? Roaming, chasing, attacking, hurting. There's, so we want we'll call it public float health. And by default, these zombies have 2. And now, since there's damage taken as a variable that's passed to it, state equals zombie state hurting, sprite equals that. Who. Okay, so this is going to be health minus equals damage taken. And then if health is so greater than 0, then we can do all this. Else, then we're dying, right? So state equals zombie state dot dying. And then I think what happens, instead of having like a dead state, we just destroy this component, unregister ourselves, unregister this zombie environment dot, is it unregister zombie this, and then I need a okay. Void, this is dying. And then there's going to be a void dead. This intentionally does nothing. And then here I'll create a coroutine. very similar to the way I do this to animate that loading event. Dying animation. So I have a state, current state action is what I want. And current state action, oops, equals dying. And then in dying, I start the coroutine. Dying animation. And then I set the current state action. So this only happens on one frame, equals dead. And so the main loop update will only, oops, no parentheses there. Just doesn't do a return yet, so I don't get a timer, do I? Like time.delta time in a coroutine. How to get accurate timer in Unity coroutine. For the most accurate timer in Unity, it is generally recommended to avoid relying on coroutines for high performance measurements. I know, as they are tied to the game's frame rate and can experience slight inaccuracies. Instead, use the system diagnostic stopwatch class for high precision or manage time in the update. By tracking time.delta time. Oh, guess what? Do I have a variable for a timer, right? Okay. It's gonna be private. Dead, well, dying animation timer. And it has to be a float. So what I'll do there, dying animation timer. Okay. Here in this update, dying, D-Y-I-N-G, dying animation timer plus equals time.delta time. So in the coroutine, I should have access to that variable. So we're going to say sprite renderer. Oh, can't we wait for a couple seconds too in a yield? Dying sprites 0. Yeah, blood particle system.play. And then here, yield return wait for seconds Suspense the coroutine execution for the specified scale time in seconds. Cannot be used like a method. Oh, it's like new. It's float, so it can't do that. So it's, I'll say 1 second there. Then sprite renderer dot sprite equals dying sprite day of the week. Dying sprites 1. But now I gotta transform position the particle system. Blood particle system dot transform dot local position equals a new vector 3. And how do we want to solve that here? And the difference in the sprites is what? So here is, I'll hold my mouse down, 9, and then we go to width is 9 still. Is he not? Width is 5. Width is 5 here. So I'm going to move this forward, and then that's going to be like 10. So really all I got to do is add 1 to the transform position there. And then that means this guy gets to go that way a little bit. Dying zombie animation, not all code paths return a value. Okay. So do I want to say blood particle system transform dot local position? How about I get a variable in here? Vector 3 blood position equals that. And then blood position dot x plus plus blood position y plus plus right, left, and down. Oh, minus, and then blood particle system dot transform dot local position goes back to there. Yield return new, wait 4 seconds. Wait for end of frame. 4 seconds. So he's standing, drop. I kind of want that to be quicker, so it's going to be like 0.75. And then we're only going to hang out here for another half a second. Um, 0.5f. And then we can stop the particle system. Stop. And then I don't know if we can do this here, but I'm going to try. Destroy just this script. And make sure that Unity error is gone, and it looks like it is. So now he's dropped to his knees. And now I want him to flop over. So sprite renderer sprite didn't give me capital or lowercase s. Equals dying sprites 0, 1, 2. So this is the last one. And blood position is going to change yet again. So I'm going to copy this, paste it there, and then from this was 1010. I go all the way over to 1413. So that's 4.3 plus equal 4 minus equal 3. The other thing is that I have to rotate it. And I think the local Euler angles, let's hit play so I know what I'm doing. Why is it like that? -90? Yeah. But that's a lot of like going down. And I can't edit any of that. So maybe like -45 instead. Okay. That might have to do for now. -45. Okay. So blood particle system dot transform dot local Euler angles equals a new vector 3 0 0 -45. Boom, 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 boom. And I'll also have to spawn the head game object and like pop it off at a random direction. The problem is there's no gravity, and there's no like floor. Position timer. Okay, let's see. Oh, I also need to use the direction. Like, so this has to be like plus equal 1 times. I don't have a variable for the facing direction, do I? So, okay, then I'm going to have to say, do this sprite renderer dot flip. Is it X? Flip X equal true. Yeah. Flip X, then -1, otherwise 1. That'll stay there. But then also for this one, no, they're not whole numbers like that. They're like crud. I don't think that's why the blood was like way over there. Is because it was in Unity units, not in pixels, and it's 16 pixels per. So like 1 divided by 16, oops, is 0.0625. So I'll put that here, 0.0625, 0.0625, and then bring my calculator back. 0.0625 times 4 is 0.25. And 0.0625 times 3 is 1875. Maybe. That needs friction. Oh, okay. The angle. Oh, why do you stop on that frame? The angle also has to be multiplied by that as well. Pow. I know what's happening there. I'm starting multiple coroutines. Is there a Boolean yet for is dead? No. Okay. If I get hit and damage, so our health. So if health is already less than 0, then we're out. If it's less than or equal to 0, then we're out. And then I think the body will stay laying in the right direction. let me go to my settings and create another. Oh, do I have a physics folder? I do. Okay. Create a. Is it in 2D? Physics material 2D. I'm going to call this Giblet. Friction, no bounciness. This didn't have any friction. This will need it though. Okay. So let's go to the zombie head prefab. I'm a little concerned with the fact that the head is up here. When the sprite was in the center of the sprite renderer, there's no offset for the sprite renderer. Y is 0.5. Let's go to the sprite. Nope, sorry, we'll go to the sprite sheet. Bottom center, that's why. So we're going to make this center just for you. Apply. And then okay, then it also means that that is wrong. So I put this back at 0. Perfect. And now I probably, oops, let's go back to the scene. Where's the zombie head? Here. Okay. And it has a giblet. Okay, so everything, all the changes applied. Oh, before I do that, let's go to the angle. -45 times this calculation. I don't have to put that there. Is it saved? Yeah. Save that. All right. So the head stays. It's really wrecked. Man, it needs to really slow down. Gonna raise the friction up a little bit, but then the friction combined is the maximum. She's just gonna keep going, huh? Oh, can I set angular drag in the rigid body? Angular linear dampening. I was just spinning that way. Is that angular dampening? Yes, very nice. I think also I'm going to remove the collider. Stop that. Then get component collider 2D dot enabled equals false. I'm going to do that early. And I think the blood here should go longer. Let's see. Is he like shooting at other zombies or something? No. The fact that he keeps shooting after it's clearly dead. What does that mean? I could remove the zombie script. I think that's what's holding the player to it, is the fact that it's got the zombie script on it. So let's do this. If current target doesn't equal null, so aiming and shooting, if our, it's a comment. If our zombie is dead, forget it. Okay, then so like if environment dot all zombies dot find dot contains current target do I have to put a question mark? What is current target? Is a targetable. Zombies are zombies and zombies are targetable, right? Yes. What's the problem with what expected? Cannot. Oh yeah. Guess what? As zombie. I can, then current target equals null. Oh, if that is false. I'm concerned that that could be null and that could break stuff. So does it need to go here? If it doesn't equal null, and we have a gun, and it's not in the list of current zombies, then we set it to null, and then we return. We're just going to skip a frame. Okay. That should stop him from shooting at the dying zombie. The timing just doesn't pop for me. So let's go. So maybe like that. I think a little bit more time here just to let the player really let it sink in. Cool. That last frame, though, I'm not super fond of. I really don't know what to do about it, though. I can raise these sprites up. Like that. And that'll give me some playroom over here. Okay. I think the blood spillage might not line up. If I select, yeah, it's close, but it's not right. So I'll have to check into that. Can I zoom in here? Yeah. Don't quite. Let's see what this looks like. That's a lot of lag, at least on my end. Wow. Okay. So that's better looking. Let's spawn the heads now too. So that's up here at the beginning, or do I want to do it in here? It's going to need access to the rigid body, which I think I can just take, right? So let's spawn the head. And that's going to be game object. Head equals instantiate head object. That's wrong. Rename this. Head prefab. As game object. I have to reassign it now to all of those zombies, or just to this one. Yeah, cool. And unfortunately, I don't think just sending it off into a random direction is going to be okay. Like, it's going to have to be a downward direction. So, head dot get component rigid body 2D dot. That is how that works, right? Linear velocity equals a new vector 2. So x can be like positive or negative, and I'll start with ones. Random dot range Unity engine dot random dot range -1 to 1. I'm going to make these f's so that they come out as floats. And then Unity engine dot random range, and this is going to go from like negative 0.5 to negative 1.5. Will he have two heads temporarily? No, okay. I also forgot. Head dot transform position equals transform dot position plus new vector 3, 0. We're going to go up 0.75, 0. Let's go to 0.25 to 0.05. Oh, sorry, 0.5. I thought did it revert the changes on me? Oh, you know what? These have their own. Yeah. Okay. Can you get it? If he's falling forward, can I make that look more like a back? Like this leg should be straight. And then maybe this leg can be out like this. Oops, go here. Just move this arm forward. Okay. All right. I do need to save this before I run because I'm going to do a build and run, and then I'm going to record a GIF, but I'll do that off stream. But zombies die now. Cool. All right, guys. I'll do a GIF, post it on my Discord, and I'll hold off on posting it on X until Screenshot Saturday. Cool. I will see you all then.